4, 3. The stream is live.
We are live, and I'd like to introduce everybody to the newest member of the Sheridan household. This is Kepler. Oh, let's get jumping.
Wait, make him full screen.
Okay, but you won't be able to talk then.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, but we could do this. Let me do this.
There we go.
That's better, or
that's Kepler. Yes.
Okay.
No, the tall one.
This is Kepler.
Look how cute he is.
Oh, don't eat the ear.
Make it the two up tall way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Uh-oh, he's bringing up stuff on the Mac. Let's see.
So Kepler is the astronomer who figured out that the planets revolve around the sun in elliptical patterns, not in circles like that hack Copernicus said, and among other things. So
he's a cutie.
Kepler is 15 weeks old and weighs 22 pounds. And he's super chill. Like, look how calm
one of the
he's
calmest puppies I've ever
Wait a minute.
ever encountered.
I gotta screenshot this. Hang on. No, hold him right. Like, oh shoot, I gotta get rid of this. Okay, ready. Get this. Okay, here we go. That's good. Where did it go?
Okay,
there he is. Okay,
I'm gonna let him down because he's getting warm. Good job. And I'm gonna have to remove some toys. Hold on a second.
Okay, that's fun. So for anybody who missed the opening, I'm going to give that, drop that photo in here so other people can see it. But we are just beside ourselves. We spent the weekend with Lindsay and Nolan and brought, because we adopted him about 30 minutes away from their house. So we did the early toilet training at their house.
Yeah, which they appreciated.
He looks like Tom's dog? Tom's dog is all white mostly.
And Tom's dog's ears are mostly up. This is more of a hound dog body
and I
shape.
think a longer snout too. I don't know. But they'll be pals if they ever meet.
They will be.
Yeah, so we're beside ourselves. Expect a lot of puppy pictures in our feeds for sure.
Yeah, I think you put them in Slack, or I did. One of us put them in Slack.
I did.
Yeah.
Bring on the photos. We'll do. But it took us a long time to understand. People like Sandy told us that you can love again. It was hard losing Tessa, but we're ready to love somebody new. All right. Should we do a show, Steve?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology podcast with an ever so slight Apple bias. Today is Sunday, January 26, 2025, and this is show number 1029. Whoa, you freaked me out. That looks so much like Tesla.
Oh, that does look like Tesla.
Actually, maybe a combination between the two of them. The ears are more like...
longer ears like
Kepler.
But coloration like Tesla.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
All right. I'm going to put in a chapter mark right away. I'm going to start with Clever Charge.
Okay.
Whoops. Oh, no, that's right. Copy link. But I'm going to give a little preamble.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Oh, we did not do roll call. Thank you, Zoe.
Oh, well done, Zoe.
Kevin and Bruce and Jill and John and Sandy and Steve and Zoe. And I don't know if I see anybody do you see anybody in the sidebar I'm missing?
It's hard to tell. I mean, there are people online, but it's not clear they're listening to the show or watching it.
Yeah, Stephen Getz used to come. And Kepler.
Kepler, yes.
There we go. All right, I'm going to start recording here. This will not be a long show, I don't think, by the way. Well, we're going to kick in with the CES interview, and this first one we're going to play, it's kind of a bougie pick. It's about a home charger system to help you handle multiple electric vehicles across multiple homes. If you can get past the idea of having a summer home with a spare Tesla, the concept is actually pretty cool. All right. That's Dan Law, right?
Wait, I think we have someone new, or is that
Who?
Lynn?
Oh, Lynn's here. Hi,
that-
Lynn.
Oh, okay, it's just I didn't.
Now,
recognize
she
the-
create Lynn.
Create Lynn. Got
Oh, and
it.
it says
Hi, Lynn.
app. That's interesting.
Yeah. So maybe that's
Where does she show up, though?
mobile app, the Discord mobile app. Let me look at the
Yeah, that's
sidebar.
weird. I don't see you in the sidebar or in live show listen.
She's entering through some other dimension.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's down in
however
the
you got
sidebar.
here, Lynn, welcome.
Well, let's see. Lynn, say yes if you can hear me.
Oh.
I'm
She
betting
must-
she's not.
Oh, she may be on the YouTube.
On the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes.
Yeah.
Weird. I'm
Weird.
In
I am in Discord. I
you.
can't hear you. Okay.
You hear Allison in Discord, not on YouTube or some other, or not her website, Lynn.
Oh.
In other words, the on Discord the audios will be different than the video. It'll be ahead of it.
Yeah, you're right, Zoe, but sometimes people come in sometimes people will be in the sidebar like using their phone to get into Discord, but they're watching on YouTube. It's very confusing. So every once in a while I say, "Oh, so this is all the people who are here," and somebody will go, "But I'm here. Why did you ignore me?"
Yeah,
do I-
that happens sometimes that we iPad. Okay. iPad app, Discord app on the iPad. Discord kind of behaves as like a web app.
Yeah. Well, it's a what do you call? Electron app.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way of knowing except when people go, "But I'm here," like Lynn did. All right, let's see how this transition sounds. Tesla, the concept is actually pretty cool. Too big a big app. Pretty cool. Well, I'm from Michigan, so I decided I had to stop by and talk to the folks at Danlaw. I'm with Scott Bolt and Thomas Varghese, and I think we're going to be talking about EV charging. Is that right?
Absolutely. So the product that we'll be introducing today, it's just released, is Clever Charge. Now, Clever Charge is a level 2 charger, but what makes it unique is the Clever Key. So
Charger, I don't know if any of us said it yet. We're talking about electric vehicle charging.
we're talking about electric vehicle charging here. So what happens is Clever Key plugs into your vehicle, and it allows us to get the vehicle data from the vehicle, combine it with the charging data from the charger through some AI algorithms, and then we're able to do some really interesting things for the customer.
I'm going to explain one thing. It looks like that's going to be an onboard diagnostic plug. Is that right?
That's exactly
So
right.
not all cars have those anymore, but I think it's coming back. I got to research.
It's legislated for model year 2026. All vehicles sold in the United States have to have it.
Interesting, because we used to have one in my old cars, but I got a Tesla and it doesn't have one.
Older
But
Teslas
they're coming
didn't
back.
have it. Well,
okay.
Only if they want to sell them in California, I guess.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so you've got the OBD adapter here called Clever Key, and
Yep.
that's going to give all kinds of genius information to the Clever Charge, which is a home charger, correct?
It is. It's a home charger, and the things that you can do with this clever information is, as an example, let's say Clever Charge has figured out you drive about 50 miles a day on Sundays, and it's Saturday night, and it knows your vehicle has 30 miles in it, and it's in the garage, but it's not plugged in. It's going to give you a smart alert. Now keep in mind, this smart alert would be different range on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, depending on how that vehicle is driven on an average for those days. So it's a very smart alert.
That's actually really interesting. Steve is asking about electricity costs. Does it take into account peak timing? And I don't know if everybody else has this, but in California, we've got peak pricing that's double what our regular pricing is.
Yeah, a lot of states have that. So what Clever Charge does is it allows you to set up smart charging, or you can do a manual charge schedule. And what it does is it takes the types of schedules that are in different areas, it figures out how many vehicles you need to charge, tells you when you should charge each one. So Clever Charge imagines a future where there's more than one EV and more than one charger in a household. And maybe you have a cabin up north that you go to on the weekend, and you have a charger up there. Clever Charge is a charge management system for all your vehicles.
Interesting, interesting. So, what are your connectors types? Are you supporting the North American Charging Standard (NACS)?
We support NACS and J1772.
Okay, and level 2. So level 2 is the
240.
The 240. So this is like your dryer outlet level.
Your dryer outlet, exactly.
That's what we like to go with. So is this product available from Dan Law yet?
This product is being manufactured now. We should have availability for sales in a couple of months.
All right, this looks pretty cool. What is your price point going to be on that?
We haven't announced pricing yet, but
come on, we're from Michigan. We're buddies. You can tell me.
Okay,
I won't tell anybody. Just whisper at my ear.
Just because we're buddies, I'll let you know. It's going to be very competitively priced with the other L2 chargers that are already on the market.
All right, that sounds good. Thomas, did you have anything else? Are you just the pretty face?
So this product is well differentiated from the marketplace by the fact that you're able to manage multiple charges, multiple vehicles in different locations. So it's built with the future of home EV ownership in mind. And I don't think there's anybody out there who has actually designed an app that accounts for scalability. So the app is actually built and designed for scalability in mind.
I like that because we need all of the cars to be electric, so we need to get there.
That's right. And the charger, the vehicle app is very vehicle focused. It's not charger focused. Whereas this is focused on the charger, your vehicles, and all of your households that you could you own. So you could have a summer home, you could have other properties that you probably own where you'd want your chargers, and it all manages, seamlessly integrates into your mobile app.
I love it. This sounds really interesting. So if people want to learn more, are you busy here? You're playing on your phone. What are you doing?
I was trying to bring up the app, but as you know, the network connection here in CES is not
I hear that all the time. No, he's absolutely right. This is a nightmare. Oh, he's got the app up here.
So as you see, what we were talking about here, here's the first household, 3 chargers, 5 vehicles. This vehicle's charging. This vehicle's blue. It's scheduled for a charge.
I do like the names you chose. Dad's car, and the third one is Spare Tesla. Okay.
And then imagine that you've got a whole nother household, a place up north, right?
On Lake Michigan, as one would.
On with one would.
Maybe up in Petoskey.
Petoskey'd be great. It's a beautiful place and now you've got 2 chargers up there and 2 vehicles that are currently up there charging. So as you can see, what Clever Charge is attempting to do is become a one-stop shop charge management system for the entire household.
I like this idea. This is very cool. So if people wanted to learn more, where would they go?
So they could go to clevercharge.com, and there's a web page there. You guys can get all the information that you want, or if you're like media and you want to have a more in detailed interview with us or something later, we have the media press kit here, and we'd be happy to give you guys as much time and information as you want in the future.
All right, very good. Thank you, Scott and Thomas, for telling us all about Clever Charge.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so you'll probably hear this story again later. There's a really funny story about Michigan. This interview was really actually from, I think, Unveiled. Is that right, Steve? Which is one of the official CES press events.
I believe it was.
But the next night or the night after that, when we were supposed to go into, it was either PepCom or Showstoppers, again, press events that we go to, we went up, we got in line, we got up to get our badges, and the lady couldn't find our names on the list. And she was kind of like, whatever, go ahead and go on in. You guys are fine. And so we went into the inn and we started interviewing people, and I started noticing that every booth seemed to be from Michigan. 2 or 3 in a row were from Michigan. And then finally I went to this one booth, and it had this like huge picture of Michigan on the wall. And I was talking to the lady, wasn't interviewing her, but just talking to her. And she was saying, we're really trying to promote industry. What did she call it? Mobile industry to come to Michigan. And I'm thinking, mobile, that's an odd word to be using. I guess, mobile phone stuff. I don't know what she's talking about. Finally, I'm talking to this one company, and they said, I'd started to notice a name. Do you remember what the name is, Steve?
No, I don't.
Started with a C.
Like Catalent, but it wasn't Catalent. Caitlin or...
Yeah, something started with a C, and I'd heard this word a couple of times. And finally, I asked them, I said, what is this word you guys keep saying? Everybody keeps saying the same word. And they said, it's the name of the company that's putting on this event.
The sponsor.
We were not in the right event. We were in a car-specific event for people, and it was put on by this this company. And the reason they were all from Michigan is Michigan does cars. When they said mobile, they meant cars, mobility. Cars.
Yeah. So we ended up getting 2 interviews from that place that we kept because they were good interviews.
They were good interviews. What are you going to do? So. Again, I'll probably retell that story. I'll have to get all the stats correct on it, but that was
we should get
really
the name
funny.
of the sponsor of that. But
Yeah,
I noticed it wasn't quite as lavish. Lavish is the wrong word. Not quite as well.
well, we had
adorned.
free drinks, Steve.
Yeah, we had a free drink there, but the food wasn't. I don't think there was food there.
I don't remember.
There may
We weren't
have
there. Weren't there long enough to get peckish, but
Yeah.
I brought a beer out or a glass of wine out to the lady that let us in for free.
That's right. That
The
was pretty-
funny part is it was like 45 minutes before we
Yeah.
noticed.
We've been doing these conferences for 10 years or whatever, and you'd think we'd notice we were in the wrong one.
And well, I started noticing I didn't see Tom Merritt, I didn't see Bodie, I didn't see
No
Dave
familiar
Hamilton, I
faces.
didn't see Chuck, I didn't see
And we always
Norbert?
run into people we know.
Yeah, well, we had been with them at all the
Yeah.
other events, but it
Where
was
did they
pretty
go?
funny. Yeah, we got a big kick out of it. Let's see. All right, let me put in a bumper. This is too narrow. I can't see the names of my bumpers. Rolling bass, right? No, upright bass.
He's out.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, are you showing him?
No.
You can take your camera off and point down at him. Oh, he's a good little sleeper. He sleeps through the night.
He's a puppy. He sleeps a lot. Through the night, no barking, no whining. Walks into a crate.
You do glasses? Maybe. All right.
I think
Yeah, I'm not going to put the chapter marker in just yet.
You're
I'm
gonna say
going
something?
to. What's that?
You're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm going
say
to set
something?
this next. I'm going to set it up.
All right.
All right, here we go. All right, we've got another CES interview, and this is going to be kind of a dual thing. So first, you're going to hear a company called Taurus talking about their iPhone cases. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Torras. Anyway, they're going to talk about their iPhone cases and some other things. And then in the second half, you're going to hear me talking about the iPhone case that I bought from Taurus because I was so impressed with this interview. Okay, and then should I put the chapter mark before I start yapping?
Well,
I think
we've had this discussion every time, and I think you end up putting it in before the bumper.
Well, no, it's not the before or after the bumper. I'm saying before or after the me yapping. I think I want to put it in.
Put it in at the beginning of the bumper, which you've already put in, right? And you've already
No, I
yapped.
haven't. No, I haven't. I haven't put the.
You put in the bumper right there. Right?
Oh, I did. Yeah, but I didn't put
Put
the
it right
chapter
there.
mark. Okay,
That's where
you're
it's been
missing. You're
before.
missing my point. I'm trying to decide whether to include in the chapter me yapping about it. But
Yes.
if you like
Yes.
that, okay, fine.
Context.
Context. There we go. Okay, he's gone. He can't talk now. Now I can talk without him.
I can still talk.
All right. So now we're gonna bring in Taurus. Misspelled. Bothers me, Steve. All right, let's hear how this all goes. All right, we've got another CES interview, and this is going to be kind of a dual thing. So first, you're going to hear a company called with this interview. For a long time, I've been using a ring on the back of my phone to hold on to it to make it more grippy when I'm walking and I want to fool around with my phone. But I've always been intrigued by cases that have a built-in ring for doing that. So I've stopped by the Taurus booth, and I'm talking to Jason Wang of Taurus.
Hi, nice to meet you guys. I'm a designer of Taurus. I'm going to show you guys the phone case.
Great.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing audio podcast as well as video, so describe it as much as you can.
Yeah, sure, great. So what we are doing, I can show you the one I'm using. So you can see, the first thing you can see the air bubble here. So it's a very good protection for a phone, but in a very light way. And then we have a really good grip on the side. And then in the middle, we have a ring here. You can see it from the outside, but when you open it, Actually,
poured
it's a
water
well
in
engineering,
my
very
keyboard.
precise structure here. So it can
What's
rotate.
nice about having a ring on the back of your phone, for people who don't understand the problem to be solved, is one is dropping it, but also to have a way to prop it
Yeah,
up.
to hold it. I can just hold it like this one. So I can just walk it and I can have a secure grip.
But you
from
can
this one.
also use it to prop it up, because one of the things I was looking for was I like to turn it 90 degrees to stand it, and then I like it the other way, so this rotates as well.
Yeah, you can rotate and stand up to almost 90 degrees.
Well, that's nicer than what I've got, I'm telling you.
So if you want to take a selfie, and then we can very easily to do it like this one. Yeah.
Well, very good.
And then you can do it like a landscape way. So I can stand show it in this way. So it's very stable.
You see, and so this is a pretty thin and light case, but like you say, it's got the bubbles on the corner for
Yeah.
protection,
Yeah.
which I need because I do drop my phone. And what do you do for the? Oh, you've got a
Camera control.
cutaway for camera control. I think actually the cutaway might work better than some of the other methods, so I think that's
Actually,
great.
this is really another button here. This is not really a open hole.
Oh, it isn't open. Okay, so
Yeah.
what's that made out of for where the camera control button is?
Yeah, it's actually a camera control here.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the button itself made out of?
This is a multi-material. We have a silicone at the back, so it won't scratch your original button.
Okay.
And then we have a metal ring to reinforce the structure, and then we have a glass here for the best
Glass,
touch.
glass.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. We are talking to the designer, so I knew he would know the answer to that question. Those are beautiful. How much are the tourist cases?
We have a wide range, so we have like $20 to $60. It depends on the material and the structure and the design of the cases.
Okay, so where would people go to find these cases?
You can find us on Amazon, and then also on our official website, Taurus.com.
It's TORRAS.
Yep.
So I really like these, and I think that this might be something that I'm gonna switch to. I have a feeling, because I've been looking at that. Oh, one of the things we didn't talk about is that with this you can actually still attach a power bank to it or other MagSafe devices, right? You could charge it,
Yeah.
and you have you just happen to have a power bank right here. I'm sorry, battery.
The battery, power bank, yeah. This is very thin. It's 5,000 mAh. So, and then we can simply attach on this one. So we have an ecosystem to work with the message.
What's the speed on that?
The speed for normal wireless charging is like 7.5 watt.
Okay, so it's not Qi 2, but it's.
Yeah, it's not cheaper. We have a Qi 2 actually.
Oh, well, he's gonna go get another one. He's got a
15
Qi 2.
watt. Yeah, it's a bit thicker, but it's got a like 10,000. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop him because he gets off into a whole bunch of other topics, and I'm going to jump back in and do my review. So now this is going to be another link, another chapter. What's that, Steve? What's up?
And you don't want to put in a bumper there? If it's a different chapter, you probably should.
Well, I
Or
don't
do you
think
want it
I
more
will.
continuous?
Yeah, because it's really,
They're so related.
yeah, it's so
right.
related. It is rounded and comfortable, I will give you that. But this, I'll show you when I put it in, the way you tend to do it is kind of like this. So you're not really holding onto the ring as much as you do with the anchor. So I'm not holding tight to this like I used to on the anchor.
Yeah, I think the trade-off is it's not quite as comfortable, but you can charge with it folded in.
Right, but still pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Let me play with this. So this is the anchor ring is a much smoother, but it's also really small. So I would just put one finger through, and on this one I can put several, 2 fingers through. But actually, technically, Sandy, I'm gonna have the best of both worlds.
A double ring. I think that's overkill.
Oh, but when I pull it out, it pulls on
Yeah.
it.
Belt and suspenders.
Oh, how am I gonna get it off? All right, that's enough. It's also a lot lighter, but we'll get into that. So let me go find my. Do we have a puppy update, Steve?
Still sleeping. Oh, the head is outside of the bed now. Hanging over. It's got to hang over.
Hey, genius. Okay, let's see. I want to open Taurus. There we go. All right. Well, I was so impressed. No, you know what? It's not going to work. I am going to have to do a bumper, Steve, because I
already
don't
done-
start.
But
I
you've
don't
already
s-
kind of introduced the fact that you're going to say something.
Right, but where I start is in the middle of in a different spot. Let me
right.
just
Go
do a
ahead.
little bit of it and let me know what you think. Actually, no, he likes the. I'll put it out there. All right, here we go. It was loud.
Yeah. That overmodulated something.
Yeah, why
going
was
on
that so
there.
loud? When the iPhone Pro was announced with the new camera control button, don't call it a button, I chose to buy the very first Apple case created by the Beats team, and Steve chose a Spigen case. I reviewed both of them, noting their relative merits. I loved and still love the Beats case. It's a lovely shade of lavender, it's slick and shiny without being too slippery. It feels great in the hand. It just feels good. As I noted in my review, I chose the Beats because they designed their case with a sapphire crystal coupled to a conductive layer to communicate finger movements to the camera control. Spigen took a different path and simply used a cutaway to allow the user to touch the camera control directly. Over time, I've realized that I think the Spigen approach is better. Beats went out of their way to make the camera control flush with the side of the case. This actually makes it harder to find the button quickly. It also makes it easier to hit it accidentally. The first Beats case I purchased had a very spongy side button, the one that puts the phone to sleep. I took it back and I got a replacement that felt a lot better. I don't know if it's changed over time or whether it wasn't really that great to start with, but it feels really spongy to me now. Now, the problem with spongy is it makes it harder to fully engage the button. At night, I put my phone on a Belkin MagSafe stand, and the last thing I do is push the side button to put it into standby mode so it shows me a dimly lit clock. I often have to squeeze the phone more than once to engage standby mode because that button is so spongy. As I mentioned to Jason in my interview that you just heard with him about the Taurus cases at CES, I also add the Anker magnetic phone grip that Sandy recommended to us. I put that on the back of my phone to give me a nice smooth ring to hold when I'm walking and fooling around on my phone. I still love the Anker ring, but it has two downsides. Makes the phone a lot heavier, a lot thicker, and you have to take it off to use a MagSafe charger. It's super easy to pop off and back on, but I have to find a place to put it and not forget to put it back on when I'm done. It's especially annoying in my car where I have a MagSafe mount and no place to put the ring that won't slide all over the place until I take the phone off the mount. I can't tell you how many times I've scrolled through iPhone case offerings on Amazon looking at the ones that have built-in rings that are also compatible with MagSafe and Qi 2 charging. I never pulled the trigger for two reasons. One, I was worried that the thin, flat ring would be sharp on my little fingers, unlike the smooth, rounded ring on the Anker. Two, I wasn't sure how the ring would work as a stand when I needed it. Now, the Anker ring is not a great stand by any means because it doesn't tilt the phone very much, maybe 20 to 30 degrees, but it's okay. All of this background explains why I was like a heat-seeking missile going straight to the Taurus booth to talk to Jason about their iPhone cases with the built-in MagSafe compatible rings. In the interview with Jason, I was really struck by the care and pride he took in the designs. There's so many fly-by-night iPhone case manufacturers on Amazon, it's kind of hard to separate out the ones that take this seriously. It also gave me a chance to feel the ring and play with it and feel how it rotates. Not all of the Taurus cases have rotating rings, and not all of them rotate the same way, which was really important to understand. I'm sure you can see where this is going. Of course, I bought a Taurus case, and I love it. Took a bit of poking around on Amazon to find the exact one I wanted, but the Taurus 360-degree spin stand for iPhone 16 Pro case is my new love. I bought the violet color, and it was not cheap at $46 on Amazon. Even if this case hadn't solved the ring problem for me, it has a delightfully clicky side button. I didn't realize just how much the spongy button on the Beats case was bothering me until I had the satisfying click every time I needed it. But the ring is delightful. Like I said, it's not as smooth as the Anchor, to be sure, but it's not anywhere near as annoying as I was worried it might be. The circle formed by the ring is much larger than the Anchor. I've had to change how I hold it a bit and find the right rotation point to keep it solidly in my grip while walking. The ring flips out from the top, and you do kind of have to use a fingernail to get under it. Once it's flipped open, the ring rotates around the bottom point of the circle. It clicks firmly into position at 90-degree increments, which means you know you have a solid position to use as a stand. So let's listen. Whoops, one of those was me just tapping the microphone. Let's do that again. So you can hear it. I mean, you know the clicky point of the 90 degrees. Now, the Taurus 360-degree spin stand does a much better job as a stand than the Anchor ring. It can actually stand the phone up vertically, which you could use like a mini tripod for taking videos or recording videos of yourself. I said that wrong. So you can hear it. So you can hear it and you know exactly when you've hit that 90-degree point. Now, the Taurus 360-degree spin stand does a much better job as a stand than the Anchor ring. It can actually stand the phone up vertically, which would let you use it like a mini tripod for taking photos or recording videos of yourself. On the Amazon page, they say they tested it for 30,000 rotations. Having met Jason, I believe it. Hey, Steve, can you find 30,000 rotations? The next sentence doesn't have a period at the end. So where I said, having met Jason, I believe it, needs a period.
Just the period, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say that just being able to pop it right onto the MagSafe charger at my desk or the one at my bedside and the one in my car without fooling around with a separate ring is an absolute delight. I didn't realize how much I was accepting as a compromise with the Anchor ring. So far, it's got a great ring, it works as a stand, and it lets me charge with less hassle. But there's one more huge difference that delights me, and that's the weight. The Taurus 360-degree spin stand case by itself weighs 46 grams. The Beats case by itself weighs 31 grams. If you slap the Anchor ring on the Beats case, it weighs a whopping 58 grams. That makes the Taurus case with its built-in ring a full 20% lighter than the Beats plus Anchor ring. That's a huge benefit to me. The final advantage is that the Taurus case has a built-in glass camera control button, but it's also a cutout, so I can find the darn thing. It's responsive and has a nice click to it. Don't get me wrong, I still trigger the wrong mode with camera control, but that's on Apple for a really weird interface. The bottom line is that while the Beats case with Anchor ring was my first love, the Taurus 360-degree ring stand case has stolen my heart. It's lighter, the buttons are clickier, the built-in ring is a better stand, and it allows me to use MagSafe charging, and I can find the camera control, don't call it a button. Lose my voice again, geez. Save. All right. All right, I'm going to close that one. Go back here. Yes.
I included this video.
I don't know where you are. Where am I looking?
Look at the Discord.
Oh. God, it's so funny. What a little weirdo. What is this magnetic? What is this case? Mirror case, magnetic case for iPhone. There's no ring. Oh, that's the lanyard? Interesting. What do you use the lanyard for?
When you want to swing your iPhone around?
Oh, you're showing the one you had? Yeah, I think of a lanyard as a way to keep from dropping it. Which makes sense.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people use that, especially...
Right, but for wrist strap. But why do you need a wrist strap? It's to keep from dropping it, right? Or a lanyard. Oh, you mean like to hold it around your neck? Yeah.
Ah.
Is that what you're going to say, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay, who's up next?
Lutron.
Lutron Caseta. right, I need to move that over a little bit. Okay. Trying to get some free Lutron Caseta smart switches from them, from marketing. See if that works. All right, here. Call it a button.
Everybody I know swears by Lutron Caseta switches, and the thing they all say is that these are the most rock solid switches that they're not fiddly, is what everybody says about it. So I'm here with Melissa Andresco from Lutron to talk about the Caseta switches, but also a new fancy product she wants to tell us about.
That's correct, and thank you for the kind words. You know, Lutron has been in business since 1961. Yeah, so long time we've been in the...
Almost as old as me.
So we have been doing this a very long time, and you say people are raving about it. Quality is the utmost, forefront concern for us.
There's a drop out there.
We like to think that our products are bulletproof. They work.
I wonder if I can suck those two pieces together.
That may be due to the audio cable that I had remembered that it was losing its shielding.
Yeah.
And so I did buy a new one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You didn't keep the one he fixed?
No, I kept it, but I did buy a new one just in case.
We need to use it, but let me see here.
Quality is the utmost,
I think I can suck that together even more. So it's just not as abrupt. Let's see. It'll still be a little bit of a hiccup, but...
is the utmost, forefront.
One more. I know I'm being picky about something so small, but let's see if I do that.
Utmost,
Ooh, that was a lot better. You hear that? Listen to this.
People are raving about it. Quality is the utmost, forefront concern for us. So we like to think that our products are bulletproof, they work as expected, and it's all about listening to what our customers need, which takes us to Caseta. So Lutron has been in the dimmer business since 1961, and in 2014, we realized that consumers needed an easy way to automate their dimmers, their lights in their house. And so Caseta was born really as a DIY lighting control system that's got various points of control. Over the last 10 years, we've expanded it to now have, voice activation. It's the most connected lighting control system. So we work with all the big brands with integration to really enhance that user
We don't have to choose between Alexa, Google, and Apple?
Exactly, correct. We work with all the major platforms, and not only that, but we give people different choices. There is an app, so you can control everything if you want from the app. You could use your voice. You could use what I have here. This is our Pico remote control. This will control lights for you, your shades. You also have controls on the wall. So we really put a lot of thought into what are the different ways people are going to use it. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you need to make a trip to the kitchen or the restroom, you're probably not going to say, Alexa, turn on my lights and wake up the whole house, right? So it just gives people a lot of choice.
Does that also help with when you've got people in the house or visitors who walk up and just turn a switch off, and all of a sudden when I say lightsaber, nothing happens?
Precisely, and that's another thing that our founder was very important to him, that the products not only be beautiful but functional and easy to understand. He would always say, I want a 10-year-old and my 90-year-old grandmother to be able to have the same experience and be able to know exactly what's going to happen when I push this button or this button. It's just intuitive. So when you look at our product lines, you'll see that, it's very intuitive. You see, LEDs will show you that the lights are on. You've got, different levels that will light up so that you understand.
So there's up and down arrows in the middle there and little LEDs going up and down.
Exactly.
There's a light on, light off.
Yeah, so this is the Caseta line here. So you'll see a variety of different products from dimmers and switches, and then, like I said, our Pico remote control, which leads me to what we are announcing today at CES. So Lutron has been in the motorized shade business for quite a while, but we have expanded the Caseta line now to include a Caseta-specific shade.
What makes something Caseta-specific?
So it integrates directly with Caseta, and it's the most DIY shade that we have. We do have DIY shades, but this is very easy. It's a single price point for any shade up to 80 inches. So it really takes a lot of the guesswork out, and it's going to ship in about, just a handful of days. Very basic. We have white and gray as our two colors.
So this is a roll-up shade for full opaque?
This is the one I'm showing here. This is a roller shade, and we also make it in a honeycomb pattern as well. And you can do light filtering or blackout. The one we're showing here is a blackout.
All right, I'm going to wing some stuff at the end here.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, I have to say, I was really intrigued by the Caseta-specific shade that she was talking about, and I would love to get something like that, but unfortunately we have vertical blinds. It's kind of funny, many, many years ago, it's got to be 8-10 years ago at CES, we found someone who had a semi-smart driver for vertical blinds. And we have it in our front room. Steve bought one of them and set it up. It's not smart. It just knows what time it is. And at a certain time of day, it closes the curtains. And at a certain time of day, it opens them. And it doesn't do anything else, but it makes him so happy that he doesn't have to go over and close and open those. So this thing actually grabs hold of the little chain and drags it. And it's got a little motor where it pulls it around. So it does the job. Definitely not in the category of smart. There's no automation going on with it. Kind of wish that I could buy the Caseta smart shades, but I guess I'll have to do some other Caseta stuff.
Well, if those shades ever go out, the shade driver that we have.
Well, what would you do? Just keep the shades open all the time and just have a vertical shade going up and down?
Oh, I see your point. Yeah, we do want the vertical. Yeah, we need the vertical shade so the cats can get in and out.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing I told the woman that sold
really
us the
blinds.
blinds.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that my cat was going to look out the window, whether we wanted her to or not. She was going to look out the window, so they better give me some way of having blinds that the cat could stick her head out there.
Yeah.
All right. I need a bumper that is money.
It's been a rough week.
Yeah, you have done a lot, that's for sure. All right. Save. Thank you, Kevin. This week, I went to the Buy Me a Coffee website and I withdrew the great Podfeet fortune that has been amassing there. Try that again. This week, I went to the Buy Me a Coffee website and I withdrew the great Podfeet fortune that has been amassing there. That's where the moolah goes when you go to podfeet.com/donate. It's so nice that there's an easy way now for you to be able to just drop in a few dollars to my panhandle with a credit card or with Apple Pay whenever you feel inspired. Every little bit helps, so if you hear anything fun or amazing or instructive today, consider being one of the cool kids and sending in a donation. Let me add one little bit there. Again, it's just podfeet.com/donate. All right, we are cooking with gas. I forgot last week to play Chit Chat Across the Pond.
Well, it was kind of a long show.
I think, was it 2 weeks ago? Whatever, I flat out forgot.
Okay.
All right, so we go right here.
Kevin.
What's he doing? Can I just buy Steve a coffee? Yes. It's kind of funny to do a chapter mark that points to a blog post that is the audio you just heard. But
wait, I'm not following what you mean by that.
So in the blog post and in the show notes, I'm going to link to Chit Chat Across the Pond with Adam Angst, and all that's there is the audio that you just finished hearing.
In the blog post.
Right.
There's a transcript, isn't there?
No, transcript is in this. Actually, there might be. Yeah, there is. There is.
Okay.
All right, let's see how that goes. /donate. Well, I'd like to welcome back to the show the venerable Adam Angst of Tidbits. Welcome back. It seems like we've been forever that we've talked? Maybe it's just because it's on the other side of Christmas and CES, but it seems like a long time.
There's been a lot that's happened in the meantime. Plus, the world's burning. So, only Los Angeles, but still.
Other than that, by the way, I looked up Venerable because Adam is a word nerd, and I didn't want to mischaracterize him. And the definition of venerable that I see is accorded a great deal of respect, especially because of age, wisdom, and then it goes on after that.
There are a few times when you use a word like that, and you're like, I hope that was what I meant. I thought it means.
Exactly. Well, a lot of events have been going on lately that bring to the foreground the awareness of how important it is to have a good backup strategy. And you've written an article about some things that have happened in the Mac community about backups, and you've also done a survey of your users, and then also Los Angeles is burning. So between those three things, I think we have a nice little structure to go through here. But why don't you start with what triggered thinking about backups now for you?
Yeah. So Apple, just before the holidays, Apple released macOS Sequoia 15.2. And this was a big release with all the more Apple Intelligence features, blah, blah, blah. But from this perspective, the main problem that it created was that it introduced a bug in a low-level Apple tool called Apple System Restore, or ASR. ASR is what's relied upon by apps like SuperDuper and Carbon Copy Cloner and ChronoSync to make bootable backups. And with this bug, they could no longer do so.
And so just like overnight?
All of a sudden, yeah, like boom, bootable backups don't work. And this was like completely out of the hands of the developers because they literally have to hand off to ASR for the making of the bootable backup. And this, like everything else, this really gets back to Apple's emphasis on security, because we are now in a world where every Mac is running from assigned system volume. So macOS, it's this incredible. Howard Oakley has this. He's figured out how it all works, and it's like it loads all the information from your read-only internal drive, builds a disk image in memory, puts it all there, compares the cryptographic hashes, blah blah blah. I mean, it's insane just how
Howard is
Apple
a national
has gone.
treasure, though, to look it up, understand it, and tell us about it, whether you can understand it or not.
Yeah. And so, but the practical upshot of this is that when you start copying the system around, you open up all sorts of possibilities for security vulnerabilities. And so that's why Apple says basically, no, you can't do it to developers. You have to use ASR.
Okay.
And so they've done that. And this has been true for a couple of years now.
I do want to. I'm going to break in real quick just to make sure everybody's caught with us. A bootable backup means you have a perfect clone that if your internal drive were to fail, you could boot off of that, depending on what Apple's security says about what you can do there. But you would be back up and running as though nothing had changed. A normal backup would just be your files, maybe your applications, depending on how you choose to do it, but not, and even your system settings and things, but not booting from that drive. You would still need to install macOS and then add everything back in.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, there's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts surrounding the bootable duplicate as well, bootable backup. But to get back to this, so this bug basically breaks the bootability of backups. So all of these apps, Carbon Copy Cloner, SuperDuper, ChronoSync, can still make complete backups of all your data, which you could then use Migration Assistant. If you say your drive fails, we have to talk more about what drive fails means. But you could reinstall macOS, and then is part of Migration Assistant when you're setting it up, bring all your data back from the backup. Or Time Machine also makes a very similar kind of backup for use with Migration Assistant. And so from Apple's perspective, that's really sort of the primary way you want to come back up after something has gone bad, or when you're moving from one machine to another.
So we shouldn't be worrying our pretty little heads about trying to do all this fancy pants stuff to save us more time. They've given us the one true way to do it.
That's the belief. I mean, Apple, of course, doesn't ever really come out and say this super explicitly. And the three developers, Mike Bombich of Carbon Copy Cloner, Dave Nanian of Super Duper, and Dee Proney of ChronoSync. I've talked to all of them or read stuff they've written online. And they all have slightly different views about the future of bootable backups.
All right, I'm cutting you off there because I want to make sure we have time to see more Kepler. Okay.
Oh, he shifted his head. It's now
Well-
rotated 90.
That's very exciting, but we can't see him.
Okay, let's see. This cable is kind of
Is it short?
It's a really short cable.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's get longer.
now you're just making us sick.
Yeah, I'm making myself sick.
Yeah, Bart test drove the ID Buzz, and he said it was the most disappointing per drive of all the EVs. He test drove a lot of EVs. He ended up choosing a Polestar, but he said the ID Buzz was a terrible drive. Pat Dengler did too, and she really wanted to love it, and she hated it. She has one of the entire, or one of the original VW Bugs. Wait, is it? No, it's the camper van one.
Yeah. The old version, the OG version of the ID Buzz.
Yeah. Kevin sent me a button, and I don't understand why. He keeps sending these to me. He sent me a yellow one that said, that was easy. The easy
No, that
button.
was
Now he
red-
sent
that
me
was
one
red
that said
too.
no. Was
The
it?
easy one was
I
red
can't
too.
find it. And I don't have any batteries in this one. I have to go get a screwdriver. It's too hard. Why do you keep sending these buttons to me, Kevin? I don't understand. He did have a Tesla. Yeah, there's some weird tax law in Ireland that said that he would be better off leasing, and he had purchased his Tesla, and he wouldn't buy a Tesla nowadays under any conditions. So, oh, I gave the other one to Kyle? Okay. I don't remember.
How does Kevin know that?
I don't
He
know.
must have mentioned it.
Yeah, maybe the kids wanted it.
Nice throwback shirt there, Podfeet.
Yeah, that is an old. That was 2014.
Over 10
Mac
years
rolled out
ago,
word.
11 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't understand that, Jill. When no EVs would start, one of the best-selling cars in Norway is the Tesla. So I don't understand why they wouldn't start in some area. And I don't think it was no one's EVs. I don't think it was
Was it
all
a certain
EVs.
brand of EVs?
I think it was because of temperatures.
Oh.
Or doors wouldn't unlock. There is a problem with cold temperatures in the Tesla doors, the door unlocks,
Or
but
door handles.
no one? I don't know about that.
Yeah, there is an issue with these retractable, flush door
Oh,
handles
just
that,
kidding.
that
She's
pop out.
goofing around. Okay. It's hard to
you
hear
do-
sarcasm.
You do have the transcript as a link in the blog post.
In the Adam Engst one? Okay. Yeah. All right. I still have to write up the fact that I'm doing transcripts on the videos now. We'll see whether people care. All right. I'm going to wind us up. Well, that is going to wind us up for this week. Did you know you can email me at allison@podfeed.com anytime you like? Well, if you've ever listened to the end of the show, you do know that. If you have a question or a suggestion, just send it on over. Remember, everything good starts with podfeed.com. You can follow me on Mastodon at podfeed.com/Mastodon. If you want to listen to the podcast on YouTube, where do you go? podfeed.com/YouTube. If you want to join in the conversation, you can join our Slack community at podfeed.com/Slack, and you can talk to me and all of the other lovely NosillaCastaways. You can support the show at podfeed.com/Patreon or with a one-time donation at podfeed.com/donate with Apple Pay or any credit card. Or you can use podfeed.com/PayPal. And if you want to join in the fun of the live show, head on over to podfeed.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic NosillaCastaways. If you did this week, you would have met our new dog, Kepler. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed. Chapter marks. Good call, Kevin. I have 6, Steve. Uh-oh. Steve just made a blurpy noise and then disappeared. Oh, I bet he's coughing.
No.
Oh, there he is.
It's difficult to both hold Kepler and control the keyboard.
Hi, buddy. Hi.
He
Hi,
doesn't have
Kepler.
headphones on. He can't hear anything you're saying.
Oh, he can't hear me?
We got to
can
get some
wave.
dog shape.
Does he see me? Oh. Hi, Kepler. Hi, buddy. He's so cute, I can't stand it. Oh, let's see. Throw in the outro.
He had something to say there.
Was that him?
Yeah.
He
doesn't make a lot
whined?
of sound. No, it was just when you're yawning and you kind of make a sound.
The best part is he doesn't chase the cats.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
That was nice.
I get the power bit.
Yet.
Please
No,
subscribe.
I don't think he will.
No, he seems really mellow. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed. There we go. All right, I am exporting the show and I'm going to let the kids get out of school 5 full minutes early.
Wow.
Isn't that exciting?
Generous. What are they going to do with all this time?
I know. Well, thanks for coming. Oh, do the cats chase him, though? Not yet. We'll see.
I don't think.
Ice cream? Ice cream. Is that what you get because you got out of class early?
That may be what Sandy gave.
I guess so. Early out equals ice cream. Well, okay then. You heard it here. Everybody gets ice cream. Yeah, we think it's a little early to try him on the old puppuccino thing. We thought about that the other day and thought, yeah, I think we'll wait until we're sure we know how his tummy works, you know? Yeah. Changing changing where he lives. Where did that come from?
I don't know.
It's like work crept into my head.
You're going to put him to work, I guess, huh? Make him bring in some income.
Yeah. Very weird. All right, everybody. I think we are going to call it. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, something's broken. So I'm going to have to go fix that. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, folks.
Thanks for coming. Mwah.